Well, I was
Hello,
on MySpace.
everybody.
Do you remember
We're
Friendster?
A little
Friendster.
bit.
Was
Why do not-
Friendster before
Yes.
MySpace?
Do we have any Friendster people out there? Friendster was
Friendster.
great. I liked Friendster better than MySpace. MySpace scared me. It was a little too edgy for me. And as you know, I'm not very edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
What a square.
What?
Ew.
Ew. Did you hear that?
Did you see the title right here, what I just wrote? Join us as we try not to dissociate from this podcast.
If anyone wants to know what that look was that was just came in my direction, it was pure disgust.
All right. What should we talk about?
Well,
We talk about how we have 15 more minutes,
Yeah.
and we have to figure out all the stuff we want to cram in the next
Well,
15
I
minutes.
do want
we
to
have
talk
several
about.
things we want to talk about.
yeah.
There are a couple of things I do want to talk about. One of the things that I want to share with you guys is, as we're getting closer to this solstice, or we're reaching halfway point of the year, in another, not another week, another 2 weeks, we will be at June 21st, going to the first day of summer, and in the shamanic teachings, in the old ways, as we call them, in the study of mysticism, and we live this way, to be in touch with the seasons in a deeper way in your life, not just, oh, it's summer and I'm going to go to the beach. But nature is speaking to you every single day of your life. And I recently, if you have a chance, go on my Instagram or on my TikTok. It's Psychic Riz the Wiz in both of those platforms, where I just did a video about how you are nature and that you cannot live a life disconnected from nature. And by that, we don't just mean going to the park, or I love nature, I love to climb trees. Yes, of course, beautiful, do it. But there are certain techniques that you can do to teach yourself that we were not taught growing up. Number one, grounding, being able to walk on soil as much as you can, even if for just 5 minutes a day or every other day, with your bare feet, to ground yourself from all of the electromagnetic frequencies and to connect with the deep frequency of the earth through your skin. Another thing that I would tell you to do is paying attention to the moon and how the moon has such a powerful influence over us. It's not that it controls us, it's just, it's a season, it's a type of weather. If it's raining, you're going to wear a certain type of clothing. If it's freezing, or you would wear another type of clothing. So we are constantly in cosmic seasons. Our ancestors that practiced what is really just a simple connection between all the elements, some people now call that mysticism. Interesting. I actually call it the true way, the natural way. They knew this, and eating whole unprocessed foods, not things that are come in a box or in plastic, mostly that I like to say to people, in the supermarket, the only food is actually on the edges of the supermarket. In the center, there's nothing there for you. You don't really need much there. Maybe a couple of little things here and there, but most of your food that you can eat that is good for you is the ring around the grocery store, okay? So this is very important for you to implement, and to eat the foods that are in season where you live. That connects you to the seasons, and so that it doesn't zip by you where you go, oh wow, time went so fast. So we want to make the days feel like, when you feel like things are going too fast or too slow, that means that you're not connected, and you need to allow yourself to truly drop in. Breathing, cooking, gardening, grounding, walking barefoot, learning how to play an instrument, doing some sort of art, getting in the water, sitting quietly. We talked about this last week. 20 to 30 minutes. If you can sit quietly for 20 minutes a day, not on your phone, not meditating, not practicing breathing, not doing any activity, but allowing yourself to just reset and allow things to come up.
I have a fun reset.
Yeah.
If you guys want to try it.
Sure.
Find a nice, clean, you don't have to do it right now unless you want to, if you have your phone and you're watching us with your phone. Find a nice, clean spot on the floor, preferably wooden floor. Preferably, if you have a little rug on it, it's fine. But It's better than carpet, but if you have to do carpet, it's fine also, but preferably wood.
Okay.
If you lay down on your back on the floor and you just lay there, within 30 seconds, you will start to go into like this passive, like nervous system reset. There's something that happens with the solidity of the floor when you lay on your back and just calm your center, like you just start breathing calmly and stare
And
at the
your spine
ceiling.
starts to find its alignment.
It's amazing how it works, and I don't know how not everybody does this all the time. And if you do it, let us know if you already know about this. But if I ever get to the point where I feel like I'm going too fast or things are too like, I start to feel like it's out of my hands or things are going too quickly for me, which is something I don't like.
Yeah.
I will stop myself by laying on the floor and just stare at the ceiling.
I've seen you do that. Yeah.
Yeah, no technology, just totally. By the way, Riz, you have to talk about what's happening June 29th at the London in West Hollywood.
Absolutely. I'm so looking forward to it. Guys, the Circle of Light is back. I'll be live in person channeling with a really great group of people called Den Meditation. If you don't follow them on Instagram, you should. That's DEN Meditation. And you'll know it's them because Araya and I are also, and Erica are on their friends list. They do wonderful events here in the Southern California area. And we'll be presenting the Circle of Light June 29th at the London Hotel in West Hollywood.
Did you explain what it was first for the people who
Yeah,
don't know?
the Circle of Light is the channeling where I channel my spirit guides, and they are delivering cosmic awakening and ascension messages for the planet and for also certain members of the audience. There's going to be live Q&A, personal questions being answered. Not for everyone in the audience, but certainly a good chunk of them. So if you want to join us and you're in the Southern California area or you want to fly in, do it. It's going to be an amazing event in person. The tickets are available on the Den Meditation website or on our Instagram. You can check out that information, or you can ask Erica to put the link here now, and she'll put the link there. Yeah, so get your tickets because this is going to sell out for sure. Absolutely, it'll sell out. So it's going to be great, and I'm really looking forward to it because it's been a while since I've been doing public circles. This was the right place.
Yeah,
the vibe is tremendous there. The energy is
Last time you did
amazing.
the circle, a big public circle like this was at the Conscious Life Expo, and there was people who flew in, and it was like standing room only, and it sold out, and there was like a line of people down in the hallway.
What a great day that was.
And yeah, so you guys, if you want to, it doesn't even matter if you're from any part of the world or the country, and you want to come see Riz channel Red Eagle, and you might
Phineas.
even channel Phineas, and you might be able to even ask a question. Depends, because it's selective. And we're going to also be selling our books and oracle decks and everything.
There'll be a
meet
merch
us in
table. It's going to be
person.
great.
It'll be really
a
great.
lot of cool people are coming, and few people have actually
Yeah.
written to me and commented on Instagram that they're coming, and people haven't seen me channel maybe in a decade or so. So yeah, so there's that. And another thing, two things that are coming up is we recently announced our Tulum healing retreat. I mean, wow, guys, Tulum, sacred, magical,
And
ancient.
we're going at the perfect time of year when the weather is perfect.
Third week of January.
Yes.
It's going to be 4 days of channeling, dipping into the ocean and the cenotes, which are these private pools in the caves, and we're going to do a sound healing in that just for our group. It's going to be private.
Wow.
And we're going to have sacred medicine ceremonies and readings and visits to the biopreserve and also the pyramid complex that's there. So it's going to be an amazing retreat. Tulum is absolutely beautiful and very clean, very safe, very much a spiritual hub.
Yes.
You'd be surprised. This is not your grandma's Mexico. This is Tulum, which is some of the best healers are there and yoga teachers, and we're going to have daily
two
yoga.
wonderful people that came to our Sedona retreat, and they told us that they went on a vacation there. And they met there, and it was so magical and beautiful.
moved there.
Moved there,
God.
and they have lived there for, I think, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, maybe more than that.
Oh
but
my God.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you guys want to join us in Tulum, we can't wait for that.
And then we have Egypt happening in
Yes.
2026.
Yes.
This year's Egypt is sold out. So 2026, we're having, of course, their probably the 20th Egypt retreat. And we do have a few spaces left for that. That's actually more than half full already. So if you'd like to be with us at the pyramids, if it's been on your bucket list to be on a camel or go down the Nile or walk up into the chamber of the pyramid and do sound healing like what we do, then join us.
A lot of people end up because I think a lot of people had past lives there. I think a lot of people that in the early days, because if you've been to this planet many, many times,
many spiritual seekers have.
Yeah, and you've done Earth School many, many times, like we have. Like I think Red Eagle channeled to me one time. I think I asked how many lifetimes I've had here. I think he said 3,600, and you had like 1,800.
I don't remember. Wow.
And of course I'm stubborn, so it took me a long time. But of course, we all have spent time in the motherlands, so India and Africa and Egypt. And so when people go to Egypt, they always, 9 times out of 10, they always remember, like they have a moment where they're going into like the king's chamber, or they're going up into the
pyramids. In the Valley of the Kings, or they're somewhere random in Egypt with us.
And they just like something happens, like they get overwhelmed. And everybody that it's
remember.
Yeah, and everybody who's ever come with us, everybody always says it was life-changing, and they're literally not the same person that they were. And for many people, this is the first international trip that they ever have taken.
A lot of times people have never gone out of the country, and then they choose to come to Egypt with us.
Yeah, and we've been doing it for so long, and for like over a decade, that we have it down to a science, to the point it's just like easy breezy.
It's so easy.
Everything is so taken care of, and we're such professionals in this area. And if you guys want to go to our website, you can check it out. And there's pictures and testimonials
and videos and we got you. So this is, if you're ever going to go to Egypt, you should go with us, because we also dive into the ancient truth of the land of Egypt when it was called Kemet. And it's beyond just the pharaohs. Pharaohs are like modern Egyptian history. That's not the deep Egyptian history. So there's much more to it than they're ever going to tell you in the textbooks.
It was a matriarchy. For those of you who don't know, Kemet was a matriarchy, and it was ruled by high priestesses, which I'm sure many women are like, well, I think I was there. I think I had that lifetime, because we could all remember that. And it was run in a particular way before patriarchy started. And it was really exciting to even begin to understand what that was like, because it was kind of like the exact opposite of the way we have society today. And that makes it very interesting, because you see that we're taking turns. So now in this civilization, we have kind of a patriarchy, but now it's kind of like balancing out again. It's kind of like divine feminine is coming back in, and the divine masculine, and we're kind of finding our way to be now equalizing each other. And I think it's really interesting. But you'll really, really love Egypt.
When you go to these places, what the energetic download that starts to happen to you is, even at night when you're done with the whole day and you've been to the ancient sacred sites and you've been in temples and you've had cosmic experiences and downloads, is you also have to sleep. And then you start to get these strange dreams and experiences in the middle of the night. That's something that's big when you go to sites that are highly, highly active spiritually, such as Egypt, such as Tulum, such as Sedona, Arizona, India, parts of Japan. Very, very excited to share that with you guys.
And, we talk about our retreats a lot, and it's hard for me to talk when my mouth is dry, so I keep slurring my words. The reason why we talk about our retreats a lot, and we don't even talk about them as much as we should, is this is the majority of what we do. I mean, Riz does journeys all week long, every single week with people, but the majority of our work is in our international retreats. That's the bulk of what we do, is we spend time with you. We go internationally to different countries around the world, to sacred sites, and we take you into these places, and we create a safe place, a container for you that you could explore, and you don't have to worry about anything. You just take care of your airfare, and we take care of the rest, and you just take care of some meals, and that's it. It is super simple. And people, when they leave our retreats, they're like, wow, I never thought I was going to be able to come to see something like this or do something like this with my family. Some people come with their kids, their wives, husbands, they come as a group. We've had people come after the death of a loved one to reset
many times
and get their minds clear, or people who have started chemo or are ending chemo and they want to celebrate, or they just want to touch.
It's been pretty
magic.
remarkable if you think about it.
Yes.
When we look back at the different stories, doing this work, everyone's story is deep, and then there are certain people whose story is just beyond remarkable. And you hear when you spend time with people, you know, it's one thing when we do our YouTube channel, we really feel connected to you guys. And that's why we do it, is because we have always longed for the connection. And I go, wow, we really must have wanted a lot of connection, because we work with people all day long. We go on retreats, and then we're like, that's not enough. We want to connect even when they're sitting in their living rooms. But that's just, you know, answering your call, or kind of like what you're cut out for. And that's a big, you know, spending time together. Life goes so fast, guys, you know,
Yeah.
spend time with your friends. Don't miss birthdays or graduations or weddings. Go.
And these bucket list things, when
You know,
you
go
have
do
an
those things.
opportunity, when you have an opportunity to expand your consciousness in some way, shape, or form, always take it. And that's why we believe in it so much. We've taken our kids over the years. We have 5, so we can't take them all the time on our retreats. There's so many kids, but we take them sporadically in different retreats with us, and they are different human beings because of it. And they have no fear of travel. They have no fear of being independent, because they see how other societies function, and they see how other countries, how they eat and how they talk and how people get along and how they live. And it expands their mind. So we have a lot of families that bring their kids, but what I love is there's been a couple people who have sent their kids, because we're like parents. So they've sent their teenage kids to us, and we took them around Egypt or wherever we're going, Japan, and we take care of them. We take the kids. Bring us your kids. We'll take them to Japan. I mean, what kid doesn't want to go to Japan? I mean,
Not little kids, guys. We're talking about like
17, 18
or older.
19, you know. I mean, what's the youngest? I mean, we've had some young kids on our retreats, which we don't recommend. Is like the youngest we've had was 5 years old, but she came with her mom, of course. But it's a little hard for a 5-year-old to like travel to all those destinations. But yeah, so anyway, we wanted to like really touch base with you guys in this way, because it's really the bulk of who we are, and it's how people get to know us is really spending time with us on these locations. So thank you for letting us share that.
Do we have any questions left?
We are at a bit of a close for
All right.
questions.
All right.
Unless you wanted to.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
We'll just pick it up next week.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right, guys. Have a great week
All
ahead.
right, everybody. Thanks.
Stay grounded, stay elevated, stay open. There's nothing wrong that's
no
happening.
disassociations.
Everything that's happening is part of a flow of yours in life that is part of your life. So even if it's unpleasant, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that, okay, you're gonna understand it in this way. There's a deeper meaning for everything, and we're gonna help you navigate all of that. So we'll see you next week.
All right, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.